wonderful children, Miss Becca here again. I am so excited to have you and I am ready to read another story with you. I have this book picked out for you. This book is called The Empty Pot. It's all about this little boy right here. His name is Ping. Ping actually lives all the way in China. China's on the other side of the world. It's on a continent called Asia. Ping is really good at growing flowers. But on the cover of the book, Ping is holding an empty pot. There's nothing growing in the pot. Let's find out if he's able to grow something in his pot. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything that he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers, bushes, and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. So we know a little bit about Ping. Just from this first page, we know that he's very good at growing flowers. The book says that everything he planted burst into bloom, so it made flowers. Let's see if we can learn anything else about Ping. Everyone in the whole kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but he loved flowers the most of all. And he tended his own flowers every day. But the emperor was very old. He needed to choose a successor to the throne. This is the emperor. An emperor is kind of like a king. He's the ruler over all the land. But this emperor has to find a successor. A successor is somebody who takes over somebody else's job. So the emperor has to find somebody to become the next emperor. That is a very important job. Let's see how he decides who the next emperor is going to be. Who would be his successor? And how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued. All the children in the land were to come to the palace. There, they would be given a special flower seed by the emperor. Whoever can show me their best in a year's time, he said, will succeed me to the throne. So on this page, the emperor sent out a proclamation. So a proclamation is just like a really important announcement. So he made a really important announcement, and he told all the children in the land that they were supposed to come to his house, the palace, the next day, and he was going to give each one of the children a special seed. And the children's job was to take that seed and try to make it grow. And whoever did their best was going to win the competition, and they were going to become the next emperor. They were going to succeed that emperor. This news created great excitement throughout the land. Children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their own flower seeds. All the parents wanted their children to be chosen as emperor. And all the children hoped that they would be chosen too. See, all the children wanted to be chosen to be the successor, the next emperor. But only one person was going to be chosen. Remember, the emperor said that he was going to pick the person that did the best growing their seed and brought him their best. When Ping received his seed from the emperor, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure that he could grow the most beautiful flower. Do you guys know why he was so sure that he could grow the most beautiful flower? If we go back to the beginning of the book, we remember the first page told us that Ping was very good at growing flowers. So he knew how to grow flowers and that he could do a good job of that. Let's see how he does. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil, and he planted the seed in it very carefully. He watered it every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. He was waiting very patiently for it to sprout. To sprout up means that the little plant would start growing little leaves coming out of the ground, and when the leaves start poking out, that's when it's sprouting out. That's what sprout means. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in his pot. Ping was very worried. He put new soil in a bigger pot. Then he transferred the seed into the rich black soil. So Ping was trying very hard. He was working very hard. He put the seed into new soil. He watered it every day, the book said. I think he was trying his best. Another 2 months he waited, but still nothing happened. I wonder if the plant's going to grow soon. By and by, the whole year passed. Wow, a whole year went by. It was winter, and then it was spring, and then it was summer, and then it was fall, and then it was winter again, and still nothing had grown in Ping's pot. And I'm a little bit surprised by that because the book said that Ping was very good at growing flowers. So I wonder why he wasn't able to get his seed to grow yet. And I wonder if he's going to get it to grow soon. Spring came, and all the children put on their best clothes to greet the emperor. See, they were all very excited about going to see the emperor. They were putting on their best clothes to impress the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. Yeah, see, all of them wanted to be chosen. They wanted to have the best flower so that they could become the next emperor. They could succeed the emperor. Ping was ashamed of his empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him because, for once, he couldn't get a flower to grow. See, Ping was ashamed. That means that he was very embarrassed. He was ashamed, he was embarrassed because he didn't get anything to grow in his pot. And he was a little bit surprised that he wasn't able to get anything to grow in his pot because he's actually very good at growing flowers. His clever friend ran by, holding a great big plant. Ping, he said, you're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you? Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine? Well, I've grown lots of flowers better than yours, Ping said. It's just this seed wouldn't grow. See, Ping has grown lots of other flowers before, but the emperor told him that he was supposed to grow a flower from the seed that the emperor gave him, not from a different seed. So he wasn't able to get a flower to grow from the seed that the emperor gave him. I wonder if he's still going to go see the emperor, even though he has an empty pot. Ping's father overheard this, and he said, you did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. How beautiful all the flowers were. But the emperor was frowning, and he didn't say a word. I wonder why the emperor was frowning. Usually people frown when they're sad or when they're upset. So I wonder why the emperor was sad or upset. Finally, he came to Ping. Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. See, Ping thought that he was going to get punished, that he was going to get in trouble because his pot was empty and he wasn't able to grow a flower in the pot. The emperor asked him, "Why did you bring an empty pot?" Ping started to cry and he replied, "I planted the seed that you gave me and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. I put it in a better pot with better soil, but still it didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today I had to bring an empty pot without a flower. It was the best that I could do." When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arm around Ping. Then he exclaimed to one and all, "I have found him! I have found the one person worthy of being emperor." See, look, the emperor picked Ping to be the successor, the next emperor. Then, after that, the emperor turned to all of these kids and told them something. Let's see what he told them. "Where you got your seeds from, I do not know, for the seeds that I gave you had all been cooked, so it was impossible for any of them to grow." Ooh, what the emperor said right there was very important. Let's make sure we understood what he said. So the emperor told the other children that he had actually given them seeds that had been cooked. So that means that all the seeds that the emperor gave to all the children, they were actually dead. So none of them were able to grow any flowers. As hard as they tried, none of them were able to grow a flower. So that means that all of these children that brought flowers to the emperor, that means that they all cheated and they used other seeds. They weren't supposed to use other seeds. They were supposed to use the seed that the emperor gave them. But Ping did not cheat. Ping used the seed that the emperor gave him, and he did his best. He did the best he could, and he brought the emperor that empty pot. I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth, and now I reward him with my entire kingdom, and I make him emperor of all the land. Well, that was a fun story. I'm glad that Ping became the next emperor. Ping acted really great in this story. He did a few things that really stood out to me. First, Ping did his best. So he kept trying and trying with the seed. He didn't give up. Even when it wasn't growing and it wasn't sprouting, he replanted it and he kept trying. He did his best. Another thing that stood out to me about Ping was that Ping was honest. He didn't try to cheat. He kept the seed that he was supposed to use, and he was honest about it. And another thing that stood out to me about Ping is that Ping was courageous. It must have been very hard for Ping to take an empty pot to the emperor, but he did. He was courageous, and he went there with his empty pot, the best that he could do anyways. So those were a few things that I really loved about Ping, and a few things I really learned from this story. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!